Hi, this is Emily Iannielli, and I'm a male to female transgender girl. I don't usually do my videos standing up, but I figured I may as well try a little something different. I'm venturing into new things. I feel as an individual going through some changes in my life, I guess you can say, that my need to express my feelings and how I believe my life should go in the future. Um, I need to kind of document, uh, and I'm doing it through various social media sites. The predominant sites I use are Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Um, I have music sites like Reverb Nation, which I'm really new at with the artist feature. Um, I've been a fan of music artists generally. I have a passion for music and creation of written material, and I like to translate my words into audio and trying to find an audience who can appreciate my uh, expressive views of life. Um, I feel I have a lot to share and open up about. Um, you know, we live in I don't know, a world that doesn't always accept change and difference. And I think it's important that we appreciate individuals and not judge them because of who they may, uh, how they come across, represent what they are. Um, I'm a transgender girl. It took me years to come out and tell people. Um, I lived in the closet essentially all my life. Um, I want to have a purpose to my life. I want it to mean something. I have a son who's very dear to me. He's autistic. He's 16 years old. His name is Maddie. And I, I truly feel such passion to make his life mean something. If anything in my life, it would be to make my son have a better life. He struggles. He has gone through many difficulties, and it has been a hard reality to face sometimes. We don't live in a perfect place, and unfortunately, um, my son has had many difficulties in finding the right setting for his education. So sadly, we live apart. He goes away to a residential school, which is very far for us. So we don't really get to see him that often. And, I have to deal with it. My son has to deal with it. My wife has to deal with it. We as a family have to deal with it. And we try to do the best we can. And I have a lot of time on my hands because, you see, I came out as a transgender girl. People kind of get on my case because I'm 54 and I identify myself as a transgender girl. So I should say I'm a transgender woman. But I came out essentially as a transgender woman 3 years ago at the age of 51. And I lost my job in the process. I have a technical education. I studied mechanical engineering, and I worked as a CPA. In fact, I am trying to establish a viable practice in preparing tax returns. But that's not my passion. I have come to realize that sure, that pays my bills eventually, hopefully, when I launch it and hopefully gain a better or a bigger clientele base. I've also created a GoFundMe page or something to that effect to help with my mortgage situation as I've fallen behind. I'm actually behind a month and a half, and my mortgage company's on my case. They call me like every other week, drive me insane. I wound up in the hospital several times, and they called me on it. I said I was gonna kill myself, essentially. And you gotta be careful when you say that, especially on the phone with people. They take it seriously and they call you on it, and that's exactly what they did. And the police come at my house, knock on the door, and before I know it, I'm in the hospital. Sometimes I'm admitted, other times I'm just there waiting a long time to see the doctor, and then I go on my merry way when I explain the situation. Other times they are concerned and they admit me. It's not an easy situation for me. Coming out as a transgender woman is difficult. And I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I have these inner feelings that I want to express. And I do it through a form of communication where I write. I'm a blogger. I love to write. I love to express myself. I love the way my feelings come out on paper. And I also like to express it in sound. I have a lot to work on, I know, with my voice. And I do actually want to be a recording artist. I would actually like to get my voice to be more feminine too. And I do want to record music. I actually want to do music. But I do sound recordings. And I read my writings. And I'm a spoken word artist. Essentially, I speak what I write. And I translate it to a media stream that people can hear. And I put it on my Reverb Nation page for others to hear. And I consider that an art form because it's me expressing myself and sharing it to a community of people. And that's essentially what I want to do, is I want people to know that I can share my thoughts and feelings and emotions. And I can express it out there in a community. And I'm accepted as a Reverb Nation artist. My rank has gone up and now down, which I expect, because I'm kind of a newbie on Reverb Nation. So, I climbed the charts, which I was quite surprised about. But now I'm taking a nosedive, which I'm not too surprised about. I would obviously like to kind of maintain a middle ground and kind of settle in somewhere, find some flexibility, and keep a kind of grounded way. But I haven't figured out how to define my art. One day I'll write something just simple, uh, 12 lines maybe. And other times I'll write a full 3 or 4 page blog entry that I think is appropriate to do as a sound recording. Now I'm kind of not sure what the audience likes because I'm not getting feedback. And an artist likes feedback. That's the only way you learn. I mean, how can you learn otherwise if you don't get communication? You know, I mean, I have Twitter fans that I don't even know how they're affected by what I do. There's no real communication. I mean, I have these fans, I don't even know who they are. I mean, I would love to be intimate with all people who follow me and seem to want to know more about what I do. And sure, what I do, I would like to create. And it's not about money. I don't make any money what I do. All I do right now is something that I want to do because I have a passion. And that is what's key. And I certainly would love to turn that passion into a way to hopefully make a living. But right now, my main goal is to just create something that can be a message that can help others. I did a recent song for a friend who I have no idea where she is. I hope to God she's okay. Her name is Taylor. I'm not going to tell her last name, but her profile on Facebook has gone offline. I don't know if that's a good thing. It could be simply that she needs time to just regroup, or I have no idea. But she had sent a message to me on Saturday, and she posted that same message on her Facebook page, which was quite distressing, alluding to the fact, obviously, that she was disillusioned with the way she's been treated by her family and people in her life. And she had it. And she, in the message, it came across as she was going to kill herself. Can't be more blunt than that. And she's only 19 years old. She's from the United Kingdom. And I developed a friendship with this girl. We were Skyping together. And I don't know what happened to her. She just went offline. No nothing. No whereabouts. And I'm worried. If I can say what I feel through writing to help me get through these difficult situations. That's really what somebody needs to do. That was the whole essence of my blogging, was to get through my dad's suicide and my son's autism. You don't just get through those things, you have to live with them. And then write about it to get over the hurt and the pain. Well, anyway, until my next time that I speak, this is Emily signing off. YouTube has limited my video content right now to 15 minutes, so I must go. I love you. Bye.